So, as you probably guessed from the thumbnail and the title, yes. In the next update, we're finally getting what many of us have been waiting for. A nerf to NEL RIN, and a buff to NEL ISAGI. That's right, balance is finally coming back to Blue Lock rivals. I did mention this briefly in my last video, but today I really want to take a deeper dive into it. I'll be going over what I personally think they're going to nerf in NEL RIN, although let's be real, you probably already know what I'm going to say. I've said it a few times before. And I'll also share my thoughts on what buffs might be coming for NEL ISAGI, what would make sense, and what the devs could actually do to make the style more viable again. But before we get into all of that, if you enjoy this kind of content and you want to help the channel grow, please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe even drop a comment below. YouTube loves that kind of interaction, and it seriously helps me a lot. Okay, let's get right into it. So let's start with NEL RIN, the guy who, let's be honest, has gotten on everyone's nerves with his insanely broken moveset. When he first dropped, players noticed immediately how overpowered his domain ability was. I mean, come on. The man could steal the ball without effort, and with a longer range than even NEL ISAGI's lefty shoot. And unlike lefty shoot, RIN's domain can also lead into one of the strongest shots in the game. A twisted, high-speed strike that is really hard for any goalkeeper to react to. Now, to be fair, that particular shot in RIN's domain actually does require skill and practice. You have to really get a feel for the angle, the range, the right position, and so on. It's not like a no-brain Kaiser style where you just spam one move and win the game. But the real problem is the way RIN's domain lets him steal the ball. If the ball isn't even in your possession, if you're just nearby and RIN activates that domain, there's almost nothing you can do to stop it. He just takes it. That's the part that's just too broken, and it needs to be changed. Now here's the suggestion that I've personally been repeating in multiple videos, and I know a lot of people in the comments and even in the Blue Lock Rivals Discord have been agreeing. If RIN uses his domain and the opponent times a dribble at the same moment, it should break his domain. Like literally cause an ankle break animation or knock him down. Because right now you can try to dribble and it doesn't matter. The domain lasts about 4 seconds, so even if you escape it at first, he'll just catch you right after again. So yeah, devs, if you're watching, please consider this. It would make the game so much more skill-based and fair. Now let's talk about NEL ISAGI. When he was first added, people were instantly calling his lefty shoot an exploit or even a soft cheat. And honestly, I don't blame them. That move had no animation, no VFX, no sound. Just straight up took the ball from the opponent like magic. Combine that with his dash ability, which let him zoom across half the field with just 2 uses. And yeah, he instantly became better than characters like Chigiri, whose whole identity is speed. NEL ISAGI basically became Chigiri, plus Aiku, plus Sae, all rolled into one insane overpowered style. Even when Kaiser dropped, people still preferred using ISAGI. He was dominating every single match. I saw TikToks, YouTube shorts, Discord rants. People were literally quitting the game because of how busted NEL ISAGI was. And here's the crazy part. He stayed that way for weeks. I don't remember the exact number. Maybe 2 weeks, maybe longer. But we had to deal with that broken version of ISAGI for a long time. And when the devs finally nerfed him, they nerfed the wrong thing. Instead of fixing the lefty shoot and making it possible to dribble through it like you can with Sei's arm swipe or Kunigami's body block, they nerfed the dash, and that completely killed the style. After that, nobody played NEL ISAGI. He disappeared from the meta. Eventually, they gave him a small buff, raising his dash effectiveness from 50% to 75%. But it wasn't enough. Until they secretly added a chem reaction ability. And it has no cooldown. Yeah, no cooldown. And suddenly, boom. NEL ISAGI is back in the meta. That chem shot is now one of the fastest in the game. Right up there with RIN's awakened V-shot or the chem reaction shots from Shidu and Sei. And that's not even considered a buff. It's more like an accidental boost and a bug, probably. But here's the real twist. Apparently, according to question helpers in the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord, there's still a real buff coming. Yes, a real buff. Maybe they'll increase his shot power. Maybe they'll make his awakened moves faster or stronger. We don't know yet, but either way, NEL ISAGI is not done yet. He's rising again. Now, if you ask me, both of these styles, NEL RIN and NEL ISAGI, need careful balancing. RIN's domain. It's cool, it's powerful, and I don't want it to be ruined. I just want it to be fair. If you activate a dribble at the right moment, you should have a counterplay. Otherwise, there's no point in trying. And as for NEL ISAGI, if they're going to buff him again, please, don't go overboard. We all remember what happened the last time he was broken. Let's keep the game skill-based, not style-based. I really love when a move feels earned. Like RIN's twisted shot, it requires aim, positioning, angle. Not like Kaiser's I press button, I win style. And before I wrap up this video, I want to mention something that's, honestly, just as exciting for me personally. So, as of now, NEL RIN has the only passive ability in the entire game, and that's his curved M1 shot. Basically, anytime you press the regular shoot button, it automatically curves, which is super cool and really gives his style a unique identity. But that also raises a big question. Why doesn't every world-class style have a passive? Actually, why not give passives to all styles? I saw a really interesting suggestion in the official Blue Lock Rivals Discord. Huge shout out to the person who came up with this. Seriously awesome idea. And I wanted to share it here with you all. Here's what they proposed. Isagi, volleys become direct shots when near the goal. Chigiri, slightly faster base speed with reduced stamina consumption. Bachira, rainbow flicks become a special dribble that stuns opponents and doesn't make you lose the ball, but has a much longer cooldown. Nagi, passive. After 5 volleys, you can activate a 5-stage volley combo. Lorenzo has a unique run animation, a change dribble, longer M2 passes from his field, and his dribbling lasts longer on the enemy's side. Kaiser, his awakening can now be used without the ball as a loose ball steal. Kind of like the excuse me move. I think this idea is amazing, and it could totally change the way we play Blue Lock Rivals. It adds more personality, more depth, and gives every character a reason to be used. Not just because of their moves, but because of how they play by default. So devs, if you're watching, this could be a really cool direction to take the game in. And for the rest of you watching, what do you think? Should every style get a passive? Would it make the game more fun or more chaotic? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And also more other passives for the rest of the styles. If you want to see a full breakdown, check Suggestions tab in the Blue Lock Rivals Discord. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the upcoming nerf to NEL RIN and the expected buff for NEL ISAGI. What do you think they're going to nerf in RIN? Just the domain, or maybe something else too? And what do you think ISAGI needs to become viable again, without becoming another problem? Should his lefty shoot get reworked? Should his chem shot be fixed? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear your opinions. Also, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And again, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me so much more than you think. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.